And we're sitting there, is myself and a fellow named David Farmer, and he reached over right in the middle of my pitch. He just closed the book. And I kind of looked at him. I thought, oh my gosh, that can't be a good sign in any culture. And he says, David, listen to me. He goes, this is all great. I've been very impressed with your diligence and how you run your business. And he went on about things that he liked. But he said, you do understand, if you can't win, none of this makes any difference. None of this matters. And I began to realize at that moment in my life, he's right. We have to learn to win. So once you build great teams, it's about having a healthy environment we just talked about. But if you're not winning, it's part of those factors. If one of them isn't winning, then you're done. So that taught us the importance of this elite client engagement that we had to get really great at, which we did. And I've got to tell you, the way that happened, we were armed with great people. We developed something called the War Room. We had the culture to do it. When we found out who our competitors were, we'd go in that war room, and we had a structure where we knew more about those competitors maybe than they knew about themselves. And we juxtaposed those strengths and weaknesses against our own. We would figure out ways to be more competitive. Part of having a great firm is the ability to have great meetings. And we had great meetings. We had rules of the room. You had to check your ego at the door. There was no rank in the room. If you're at the table, you had an obligation to disagree, when you needed to. Then when you left the room, you were friends. And those are the rules. And we had the most robust, great meetings around winning. And they worked. And so we started, once we got this together, it was all about having a value proposition that made sense, et cetera. Just absolutely amazing preparation. And once we got all that together, we just started winning clients. It was amazing. We went from one client to, first win was state of Nevada. And from that point on, I went to Los Angeles County, then Colorado. I remember almost crying on the phone. I had to hide my tears from the guy that ran Colorado, because I never thought we'd get a second client, much less a third one. So yeah, that's how we started winning. And it was around having a healthy environment where people could be empowered and grow. And it's just a more holistic approach. And it's not a secret anymore. McKinsey has studied this, thousands of companies, and they determine firms that focus on their culture, meaning their health and factors that cause great cultures, are 4 times more successful than firms that focus more on their acquisition or their ability to execute and operate. They're just more important if they're focusing on those things equally with those operational executional things. So we just happen to really get that.